Yeah. We start off with singles and
Speaking
Jesus
of
Christ.
doozies,
Speaking of movies, we got Only Ever Wanted by Tim Cast. Tim Cast. I don't even know how to begin with this beanie dude, but Tim Cast
Timcast.
is
Yeah, go for
is
it.
a dude. Is a guy who wears beanies a lot.
He's
Doesn't
a
like to debate Sam Cedar.
will absolutely refuse to debate Sam Cedar along with Dennis Prager. He is a right-wing YouTube commentator. Is frequently referenced on Joe Rogan. A lot of other people like that. You know, those are the circles he's swimming in. And yeah, his beanie probably smells a lot. Anyways, I encourage people on all of their artistic endeavors. And I really appreciate that we have now Tim Cass releasing this song Only Ever Wanted. We have some of the song here. And as we're kind of talking through it, we will have some parts of the music video, which thank God he and it looks like some of his friends star in. But good God, this is a heaping pile. So what did you think about it to begin with?
It's pretty brutal.
It's about what you would expect if I told you, hey, Tim Pool made an emo punk rock song.
Yeah, it's just bad. Like
Well,
it's just something that like you would hear in the mid aughts, and you were bleaching your hair and literally burning it of how much you were trying to use a straightener and all of that. And you would think it was really cool at that time. That's who would like this. People in the scene world.
it's not even that. It's we'll get into some of the broader reactions to it. I'll get to some of the other parts of the video shortly, but I did want to go into how fans are raving, just absolutely raving about this new release here, as was noted on Twitter. One of the YouTube comments, remember, these are some of his fans, 'cause he released it on his channel, which was kind of amazing, says, not my cup of tea, but solid production value, and clearly loads of other people are enjoying. Next, Tim, I won't lie and say this is an amazing song. It's probably just a good song at best. What's important that you're having fun and you're doing what you want. You know, if you're having fun, you won. Coming from Tim Pool, the guy who always talks about people who just get trophies for participation.
Yeah.
This song isn't exactly my bag, but the drums are really nice. Keep them coming, Timmy P.
It's just rough. Like, yeah, it's pretty brutal. Him singing is hilarious, by the way. Like, absolutely everything I ever wanted.
I can't believe he committed to falsetto. I just really...
Yeah, deadass.
I wouldn't think he would. I wouldn't advise him to do that. Nevertheless, he persisted. And...
Not a good falsetto.
Yeah, it's...
I'll say that much.
Listen, my falsetto is not what it used to be. I'm not going to speak for you, Sean. Your like wonderful honey mustard voice, but like it's. But if I were to jump into the music space, which we've joked about doing, I would probably know my vocal range a bit better. I probably just wouldn't even do vocals. I've written lyrics before, and I think they're just like horrendously corny. So I probably just wouldn't even do that. I'll definitely just like stick to what I'm good at. This music video also, the song, I think the worst part of it just has a long build up. It doesn't really build up until 3 minutes in. And it's just this, typical rock ballad. The room is sort of like crashing, and eventually it ends with this like couple or whatever arguing, and the guy gets left. The woman crashes into a car like right here. Like bang. Yes.
Bang.
And so like the reason I point out those details are kind of because if you go into some of the old hits of Tim Pool, where he's talking about, this is a song that's kind of about relationships, I guess, and how someone leaves him. I mean, some of the lyrics are actually pretty fucking terrible. And by terrible, I mean just like poor quality. Because the lyrics are like, the chorus is, did you know I left you there staring at the heartache in your soul as your heart fell to pieces? Someone that was pointed out by other people, but like repeating heartache and heart is such a strange sort of just like poor lyricism. Something that Eve Six actually pointed out.
Here we go.
Or Eve Six is a band that kind of makes this kind of scene emo rock music, and they caught wind that Tim Pool made this song, and Eve Six very much didn't like it. he was apparently deleted tweets where the Eve Six singer basically was just like ripping it to shreds, saying it was just terrible. We have this like one Discord post here where he's saying, or someone's saying, I like to see you tell that to my big brother Eve Six. Are you bringing Matchbox 20 to consult your next album? Maybe Nickelback? How about Third Eye Blind? Maybe you can cover some Sublime songs while you're at it. For someone who is part of an evolution media, you should have the most unsophisticated tastes. Headline, man rapidly approaching middle-aged courts has-been bands of bygone era to pad out songs that only appeal to fifth graders in 2006. Meanwhile, Tim Pool says, Eve Six is a multi-platinum band that has 1.6 million followers on Spotify. You guys are just nasty people. All you have is spitting on other people to make yourselves feel better about having accomplished nothing. Tim Pool was having tweeted, like, the thing that kind of brought this was saying, I said I liked Eve Six. This is how they respond. They don't actually care about the music, mine or anyone else's. It's all partisan. They just want you to hate whoever what is because they really just hate you. No, Tim Pool. 1, this is a terrible song. 2, I hate you. In that order. We have a storied history on this podcast for people like Tim Pool who A, create music, B, go on Twitter, C, complain about reactions to who they are or their music, and D, as like a sort of, extra sort of bonus, if you're a white man who has like no real need to complain about any sort of clout or attention you get. Sean, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, you get nominated for the Not a Little Bitch Award. So Tim Pool, aka Timcast, is nominated for the prestigious Audioface Not a Little Bitch Award. We didn't even have to fight for it. Like, we really wanted just to give it out to him for many things, which we'll talk about in a second.
This is the R. Kelly Not a Little Bitch Award, by the way.
Yeah, the R. Kelly, the Robert Kelly Not a Little Bitch Award. More on that later. And the whole point of the original award 5 years ago was for white males who quit Twitter because they got bullied or something like that, or they just weren't self-aware of themselves. This is why, like, Maddie Healy had to get a technicality of getting on the Not a Little Bitch Award. Like, just if you go in those parameters, you have to be nominated. We didn't have to reach for Tim Pool. He just served it up to us on a platter and said, "Here
Gary's
you go, guys."
way."
Serving it up Gary's way. Dean, beautiful.
So let's watch what we're kind of like been waiting to tee up. This is another noted little bitch moment that we probably would have reached to get for Tim Pool anyways. But let's just watch one of the classics. And trust me, this is barely taken out of context. It really isn't taken out of context. Most of the context that you need is there.
I can't possibly have babies because of climate change. You know?
Right, which is nonsense.
No, of course.
But I do think it's crazy that I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Because my dad had 2 kids by the time he was 27.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you know what the problem is, though? It's definitely not me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's everybody else.
Yeah. I can't possibly have
Beautiful thing ever.
It's everybody else. It's everybody. Because this is, in the context, the full thing, because I watched it this morning just to remind myself, this is basically feminists ruining dating. And Tim Pool was saying, oh yeah, I can date anyone who's under the age of 30 really easily. But over the age of 30, anyone who wants to start a family, they're just too career-oriented, so they're just, not for me. Does the beanie stay on during sex, Tim? Is that why they're not for you? Is that why they're really leaving you? That was...
Oh, man.
I've been wanting to do that for a while.
That's just, like, beautiful.
Poetry in fucking motion.
Seriously, like, goddamn.
Yeah. Also, some other classics. There was a recent time he said that no amount of children should strip him of his Second Amendment rights. No amount of dead children. That's what I meant. That was his reaction to the Uvalde shooting. Also, he retweeted someone's post that said that Joe Rogan should just reclaim the N-word in reaction to his N-word controversy earlier this year. Joe Rogan, noted white Bostonian, should reclaim the N-word. Anyways, that's Tim Pool, everyone. A noted little bitch. That'll be very fun for the rest of the year when we do the Noted Little Bitch Awards. Really quick plugs. PowerPort 53. These are going by really fast. Did it with Yasmin Khan. We covered all of the good and bad from the student debt relief things. And we just sort of had a really kind of chill conversation with chat, which I'm liking how we're doing just kind of on Thursday evenings. Just like kind of recuperating from the week in life and also just talking about weird political things. We talked about how the Finnish leader getting shit for dancing was one of the most ridiculous things ever. Anyways, become a Syndicate 23 member so you don't miss any of those things. Content.syndicate23.co, join.syndicate23.co, and our 2022 playlist. It's in the description of everywhere we have, and everything that every song that we like will be on the playlist. So you can check it out in the description there.